What is the Durham Rule insanity defense? Imagine being accused of a crime and having a judge or jury decide that your mental state at the time might make you not fully responsible. That's where the insanity defense comes into play. Today, we're focusing on one specific test used in some places called the Durham Rule. This rule is all about whether a person's mental illness caused them to commit a crime. The Durham Rule says that if someone's illegal actions were the direct result of a mental disease or defect, they can argue they are not guilty because of insanity. It's different from other tests because it doesn't ask if the person knew right from wrong. Instead, it looks at whether their mental condition caused the crime. So, if a mental illness made someone act in a way they normally wouldn't, they might be able to use this defense. This rule started in the year 1950 after a court case called Durham versus the United States. It's often called the product test because it asks if the crime was a product of mental illness. The idea was to give doctors and mental health experts more say in deciding if someone was legally insane. The focus was on causation, meaning the mental illness had to be the main reason for the criminal act. However, the Durham Rule isn't used very much today. One reason is that it gives a lot of power to mental health professionals to decide if someone was insane. Sometimes experts disagree, which can make it hard for juries to decide. Because of these issues, many states moved away from this rule. Now, only New Hampshire still uses the Durham Rule. Most other places prefer tests like the Monodin Rule, which asks if the person knew what they were doing was wrong, or the irresistible impulse test, which considers if they could control their actions. Some states use a mix called the Model Penal Code Standard, which combines these ideas. For a defense lawyer, the Durham Rule can be helpful. It allows them to argue that a mental disease or defect caused the person to commit the crime, even if they understood right from wrong. To make this case, they usually bring in mental health experts to explain how the mental illness led to the criminal behavior. This involves showing thorough psychiatric evaluations and medical evidence. In summary, the Durham Rule is a way to defend someone by proving that their mental illness was the main reason for their crime. While it's less common now, it played an important role in shaping how the law looks at mental health and criminal responsibility.